Live, WECT News begins now with breaking news.
Let's get you straight to that breaking news. Actor James Van Der Beek has died. He was best known for his role as Dawson Leary from the hit 90s TV show Dawson's Creek. The show was filmed in Wilmington and helped raise the port city's filming profile. Van Der Beek had been battling stage 3 colon cancer since 2024. He was only 48 years old. Also breaking at 4, you're taking a live look from the town of, or supposed to be taking a live look from the town of Carolina Beach. This is actually the mayor holding a presser this afternoon to address major cyber attacks. The town is out nearly $500,000 after hackers landed 2 cyber attacks in December. Looks like this is live at that meeting right now. The town says the hackers got away with just about $488,000. The FBI is helping the town investigate the theft, and it's believed the attacks came from overseas. WECT Investigates reporter Connor Smith is looking into the attacks and what the town is doing moving forward. That's coming up tonight on WECT News at 5. Also breaking at this hour, a fire at an abandoned home in Bladen County. A handful of crews responded to the fire in Kelly. Officials say the house has been abandoned since Hurricane Florence, but the electricity was still working. The fire marshal is looking into what sparked the fire. Now to the latest on the developing story surrounding Nancy Guthrie. We know a person was taken into custody but has since been released. Hours after these images were released of the suspect in Guthrie's kidnapping, deputies in Arizona took a man into custody. The man is a delivery driver, and after questioning, he was let go. He says it's possible he delivered packages to Guthrie's home, but he doesn't know her and wasn't involved in what happened. The hope remains someone will recognize this person in the surveillance video and turn them in. We'll get a check on more headlines in just a moment, but first a look at your forecast with Gabe Ross.
All right, JC, we've got a first alert weather day brewing for Sunday. Rain chances returning and could make for some unpleasant times the latter half of Valentine's Day weekend. Let's not waste any time. Get right to it. Future radar modeling heading into Friday and Saturday. Note your Valentine's Day proper going to be on the dry side, but as showers creep in from the west, it's likely going to be a case when you get to around late morning, perhaps brunch time, into the afternoon and evening. You contend with some of those showers, and based on some of the rainfall, could produce a little poor drainage flooding. Granted, we're in a good position to absorb the rain, but some folks walking away when all is said and done between Sunday and early Monday with a ½ inch to even an inch plus. We'll continue to keep you posted. Of course, the showers we've had this afternoon, helpful. Not a whole lot that we're dumping into the rain gauge, but overall showers lighter by comparison to where we started first thing this morning. In fact, some of that estimated rainfall anywhere from a couple tenths to about a ¼ inch of rain. We'll see some of those exact measurements coming up for you here at 5 o'clock. Otherwise, step outside temps have continued to be on the mild side. We snuck into the 70s yesterday. It's been a harder climb today with 60s for us this afternoon. Even a few spots currently in the upper 50s. No huge surprise there as we've had a lot of cloud coverage and, of course, those passing showers. We're dipping down into the 30s tonight, not quite to freezing, but I do have some signs of freezing cold nights in that extended forecast. Tomorrow we're back into the 50s. Struggling to get back to that 60-degree mark. I do think we'll eventually make some inroads to that, particularly Valentine's Day proper. Otherwise, some chilly afternoons. We'll get more glimpses of sun, especially Friday and Saturday. Overnight lows just barely dipping down below freezing, a few upper 20s in select locations. And there's that first alert weather day on Sunday ahead of President's Day, which is going to fare drier. But if you're a fan of those warmer temps, JC, I think a lot of folks are after the winter that we've had. Going to get an encore performance. Would not be surprised to see several more 70-degree temps inland start to mix in. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Gabe. All right, let's get a look at your first alert traffic cam. Looks like this is near Monkey Junction in the Echoes Farm area. Things are looking smooth. Nothing to alert you to as of right now. Now to a safety alert, one every parent needs to hear. Law enforcement is sounding the alarm about something many of us have right now in our homes. We're talking about guns and the danger from leaving them unsecured. 2 years ago, a family was vacationing in Carolina Beach when their young son got a hold of a gun and accidentally shot and killed himself. This happened at the Waterview condos back in 2024. The father of the child, Alejandro Arias, pled guilty to misdemeanor child abuse and failure to secure a firearm. As part of his plea deal, Arias had to do a public service announcement with law enforcement on safe gun storage. District Attorney Jason Smith says it's every gun owner's duty to secure their guns for their family or visitors because it's ultimately all about saving lives.
More importantly, not just the criminal charges. If you're being charged with a charge like that, your minor or somebody else's minor that is in your house has either been killed or seriously injured. That's really the consequence. Yes, you can be charged criminally, but a life has been changed forever.
All right, now let's take a look at that PSA that was shared by the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office. They worked with the DA's office and the superintendent for New Hanover County Schools to help share the message. Here are a few key takeaways to keep in mind. 1, firearms should be left unloaded when not being used. Keep the gun locked away in a safe or lockbox. Keeping the gun in your car is not a secure location. You also should teach your children gun safety from a young age and make sure they know guns are not toys and they should not be touched or played with. North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson is sharing new gun data. Our state's seeing an epidemic when it comes to gun violence. Through the State Crimes Lab, they've received more than 10,000 leads in gun-related offenses. It's thanks to a database called the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. So how does this database actually work? Well, investigators at the NC Crime Lab can analyze ballistic evidence for unique markings. Those markings are then logged into the database, which can help link crime scenes and identify potential shooters.
It means that we are way out in front when it comes to connecting the dots between different crimes in different locations.
Jackson, who you just heard from, says the milestone is met with mixed reaction. He says on one hand, it's good to get so many gun violence leads. On the other, it means we continue to have a lot of shootings in our state. Happening today, public hearings in Holly Ridge, which could make the town a whole lot bigger. Holly Ridge straddles the Pender and Onslow County lines. Now a proposed annexation of more than 1,500 acres between the two counties is on the table. You'll be able to hear from town leaders and developers about plans for all the land. It's going to start at 6 o'clock tonight, and that'll be at the Holly Ridge Community Center on Sound Road. In Pender County today, a chance to learn about property reappraisals and what it means for their property value. Pender County leaders hope to teach people about reappraisals, which affect how property taxes are distributed. That's also at 6 o'clock, and that's at Town Hall in Topsail Beach. That's on South Anderson Boulevard. In-person early voting for this year's primary elections begins tomorrow. To help you learn more about the candidates, WECT and our media partners at WHQR and Port City Daily are hosting candidate forums. Our forum in Leland last night featured Republican candidates running for Brunswick County Sheriff and District Attorney for the 15th District. That district covers Brunswick, Bladen, and Columbus counties. Sheriff candidates Sheriff Brian Chisholm and Tim Daniels discussed issues like transparency, staffing levels, and working with ICE. DA candidates Jenna Early and J.K. Sommers talked about issues ranging from the death penalty to staff turnover and how long investigations take. Full recordings of both forums are inside your WECT News app, our website, and our YouTube page right now. Our next candidate forum is going to be tomorrow night, so put that on your calendars. Candidates running for the seats on the New Hanover County Board of Education will answer questions starting at 6 o'clock. Of course, if you can't make it, we'll also be streaming this live on WECT.com, the WECT News Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. Town leaders in Leland are considering switching the way people vote, saying it's time to rethink how candidates are elected. Leaders want to switch voting districts as the town continues to grow. They've gotten complaints from smaller neighborhoods saying their votes are getting drowned out. And Leland's population has boomed to more than 33,000 since 1989, but its government structure remains the same. Now town leaders are discussing better representation for everyone. Councilmember Veronica Carter supports the idea, saying it's time to give everyone a seat at the table.
As we get larger, we're going to need those different voices and those different opinions at the table. I think it's the right thing to do. I very well could be working myself out of a job.
No official plans have been discussed on how the districts would be created as of now, but Carter said she'd like to see the mayor stay elected at large while council members get elected by district. Leland Town Council will discuss the idea at the agenda meeting, and that's going to happen next week. Social drinking districts could become the new norm in southeastern North Carolina. One could be coming to Carolina Beach. Carolina Beach Town Council heard a presentation on creating a social district that would allow people to carry open drinks within a designated area of the town. The proposal focused on the central business district and boardwalk areas. Some neighbors we spoke to say they're not opposed to the idea, but they want it to be more properly planned out. Town leaders decided to revisit this when they get a little bit more information. However, we're not sure when that will be. And remember, while the 2026 Winter Olympics continue over the next couple of weeks, we will not air our usual WECT News at midday or First at 4 newscasts. But we will, of course, still bring you your top stories and weather updates at noon and 4 p.m. on a live stream like how you're watching now. You can watch on our website, Facebook, and YouTube pages. All right, that's going to do it for us for WECT News First at 4. Have a great evening.
First Alert Traffic is sponsored by Bob King.
Have you looked at a Buick lately? Sleek, luxurious, and nothing like you remember. Experience the new era of Buick at Bob King Buick GMC.
Stream Shootin' the Breeze episodes on these platforms or at WECT.com/anywhere. Chief Meteorologist Gannon